All right, everybody, it's time for lab number 6, the 10 test tube mystery. What you see in front of you is a list of compounds, and these are going to be the compounds inside the test tubes tomorrow. Your job is to identify what's in each test tube. Now, you don't have to do an experiment to actually determine the identity of some of these. You may be able to identify them based on the color of their solution or even the smell that they put off, but that's going to be covered in the pre-lab, where you're going to look up some properties of all these different substances. Some are acids, some are bases, some are soluble when you mix the two together, some are insoluble when you mix the two together, resulting in a precipitate. So your job is to try and figure out what's inside each of the test tubes and tell me how you came to that conclusion. Things you will have for the lab tomorrow: first of all, you'll have pH paper to determine which of these are acids and which are bases. You'll also have a well plate, which is that little dish with the little indentations on it, which you can use to mix your solutions together to determine if they produce a precipitate or not. You'll have little pipettes for each test tube because you don't want to mix the pipettes together because you may cross-contaminate. But other than that, you should be able to get most of these identified. And the last two that may give you some trouble, you'll have to figure out a way to differentiate between them. It might be useful to have a set of solubility rules while you're mixing these together to see which ones will produce a precipitate and which ones will not. And finally, you will have one set of test tubes to share between two groups, so it's best if you set up across from another group. I don't necessarily want you to do this lab in a super group of 4 people, but you can use the same solutions and maybe share a few of your experiments with one another, a few of your discoveries. Now, the lab calls for a procedure, and you'll need to write out a procedure for the experiments that you carry out that resulted in a conformation of a test tube. And you may use the same procedure for multiple test tubes, and that's okay. It also calls for a data table, and you can use the same data table as you set up in your pre-lab. Maybe your pre-lab has some distinguishing characteristics as a column, and then add another column on the end for observations and maybe some notes on how the experiments were carried out. So that data table can be the same as in the pre-lab as it is in the actual lab. And finally, the conclusion, you will write a detailed statement about how each substance was identified. And it may be a scientific chemical reaction that you observed, or it could be simply just an observation, like this liquid is pink to start, and it's the only pink liquid in the group, so we decided it was this. Or you could say, this particular substance smells very pungent, and this is the only one that when wafted smelled this pungent. So those are just qualitative experiments you can run, but some require an actual chemical reaction. So take a look at the conclusion. I put an example on the lab report. Each test tube should have a conclusion statement about it. So anyway, that takes care of this pre-lab video. Good luck tomorrow. Thanks for listening.